Welcome back to Coach's Corner East on this Wednesday, November 17th. We are at the Galleon Pizza Hut, and it's Crestline Lady Bulldog Basketball that we'll be talking to here in just a moment. Our show is brought to you in part by Don Barr & Associates at the Galleon Building and Loan Bank, Matt Studer at Spitzer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Kia, 1 mile east of the Richland Mall, Mark Osborne & Associates at E. Crane International, serving worldwide markets from the Galleon Industrial Park. And it's my pleasure to welcome to the microphone first-year head coach at Crestline High School for the Lady Bulldogs. It's head coach Lance Hood. Coach, welcome to the Crestline program.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for coming out tonight in your first show. I understand, doing some research, you're an educational advocate at Gold Digital Academy in Mansfield. Tell me what that means.
What I do is I build relationships with children. I help them out in whatever way I can possible, from everything, from their educational needs to certain personal needs. So, you know, the relationship building is the best part of the job, just being able to build relationships with them, getting to know them, help their family, and basically, you know, tell them the importance about education and what, you know, having a decent education, good education will mean in the future.
And that has to lend itself hand in hand with being a coach and working with young kids in an athletic field as well. Talk about that.
Yes, it does. I mean, it all goes hand in hand, and you know, the biggest thing is I stress education to everyone. I tell everyone basically, you know, everyone has their niche education-wise, whether you're going to go on to college, whether you're going to go to the armed services, whether you're going to do adult education, or whether you're, you know, whatever it is, at some point you're going to need to have a high school diploma or equivalent to it and go on past that with something else.
So you are a graduate of Mansfield High School, you're a TY Tiger, and again, my research told me that you were the 2001 MVP in the North-South game. Seems like a long time ago. Do you remember that?
I do. I remember that very well. The thing was,
girls are like, really? I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, it's not something. I don't really talk about my high school days like that. I talk more about my college days. And
so where did you play? Let's transition to that.
I played at Tyler Junior College first under Mike Marquis. He was the same guy who would eventually coach Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
And then I ended up going to Southeast Community College for a stint because I wanted to get closer to the Midwest, because down south it's a little different. I wasn't ready for it. And then I went to McNeese State University. And on November 30th, 2004, I messed my knee up permanently, and I could never play again.
Well, but still, what a great experience, nonetheless. That very, very few young people get, so good on you for that. So what attracted you when this job came open? Coach Kyle Strouk, who I've talked to for the last 4 years or whatever, decided to step aside and the position came open. What attracted you to it?
2 years ago, I was with St. Pete's. I was under Coach Roy Shoulders. He gave me my first stint at girls. And the biggest thing was, you know, I enjoyed every moment of coaching girls. I know these guys don't think, sometimes I do. But it was a great experience. I got hospitalized during that year, and 4 of those girls came and visited me in the hospital before the COVID pandemic started. But anyways, we had played against Crestline twice, and I just remember, I was like, they have some athletes over there, like, you know, but it was a couple of things missing, which I think Coach Strouk did a great job executing different things. I just saw a couple of things that I thought would be beneficial. And when the job came up, I just took my shot. And, you know, did well in the interview, and they called me later on that day and told me I had it.
Good for you. Well, let's take a quick rebound on last year. 4-18 overall, 0-8 in the NBC, lost to Norwalk St. Paul in the sectional tournament. Really lost 3 key seniors, Hannah DeLong, Ivy Stewart, and Deja Sewell. And those are tough to replace, but you have some girls back this year, but not a lot of numbers. I read the article in the Telegraph Forum today, 9 total in the program. You won't have a JV program, but early on, what have you liked about the girls that said, I want to be part of this?
They're adjusting. You have to understand, my mind is that of a Division I coach. And I say that because that was where I excelled at when it became about things. So the way I'm running it is very equivalent to D1. See, it's not really about wins and losses at this point. It's about building the program up in the right direction. So that is the major thing that these 9 have, and people, I've heard people say, well, if this person would have played that person, I don't think this person or that person is tough enough to go through what these 9 have gone through. And that's what I want more than anything. You come here, you're coming to work. We're not going to not do anything. You're not going to call the shot as a player as far as what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. We're going to work. And that's the message I'm sending to everybody. Win or lose, we're going to work.
Very good. Well, I certainly appreciate that. We'll take a break for a moment and talk to the girls around the table. Coming up, we're brought to you in part by Steve and Chuck Keller at Keller Auto Parts, your Napa dealer, Uptown Galleon and Crestline. Marie Mounts at the Platinum Insurance Agency, your progressive agent, 131 Harding Way East, Uptown Galleon. Joe Kleiman Associates at the Galleon office of First Federal Bank of Ohio. First up, senior Emma Kirby, one of 2 seniors on the team. And I always got to bug the homecoming king during football season, Connor Lusk. Now I can say congratulations to homecoming queen.
Thank
and it was kind of neat that you guys were both king and queen when you're dating each other too, right?
Yeah.
How neat was that? So, and I accidentally, he may have said something, I accidentally called him queen one night. I don't know why I was thinking that, but I did want to say congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So one of 2 seniors, and very similar to Colonel Crawford, who we just spoke to, only 2 seniors on their team as well. That being said, you gotta have to lead. Do you do that more vocally? Do you do that more by your action? How do you come about being a leader?
I think I lead more by action, but I'm trying to be more vocal with them. They're all pretty. They really don't need it, but I just try to be there if they do need it.
So early on, and brand new coach, brand new philosophy, he's talked about that work ethic and working hard and being accountable. Regardless of what the wins and losses say at the end of the year, what has that meant to you in your senior year, and how have you responded to it?
I think I'm adjusting well. It has been much different with him, but I do like the things that we're doing, and I think we all like the change of things.
So early on in these scrimmages that you've had, what have you liked about the whole entire team, the concept of the team and what they're doing?
I like that we play together. We actually I feel like we all like each other.
Yeah,
And we're working together.
Sometimes even though any team may not be as talented as the other one, when you can play together and work for a common cause and be in it to do the right things all the time, you can be pretty doggone powerful, and it sounds like that's what you're starting here. Well, very good. Well, thanks for coming by, Emma. It's good to see you, and I appreciate good luck this year. I'm sure we'll talk somewhere down the line for sure. Kennedi Sipes is up next. Hi, Kennedi. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Welcome back. And a sophomore, and got to play some last year as a freshman, correct?
Yes.
Where has your game progressed from the time of last year to where you are right now? How have you gotten better?
I feel like last year I kind of played scared because they were all seniors that I was playing with. And this year we're all pretty close, so I'm not afraid to make a mistake.
Yeah, that's good. What position are you playing this year?
I'm the point guard.
You're a point guard, so you kind of run the ship. You have to be somewhat of a vocal leader as the quote-unquote quarterback of the team. Is that in your nature? Is that kind of what you do? I mean, you probably did it during volleyball too, right?
Yeah, I'm a pretty loud person as it is, so it's not really hard for me.
Yeah, okay, so you're outspoken a little bit?
Yeah.
All right. Your strength, is it more on the offensive end or the defensive end?
I think it's more on the offensive end.
Okay, are you going to be asked to be a scorer then as a point guard, or more of a distributor?
I think both.
Okay, all right. Well, good luck this year. I'm sure we will talk again at some point and see how that progression goes.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Next up, Ellie Miller, sophomore, is here. And Ellie, thanks for coming out tonight. I appreciate it. How excited are you for the season to start? Because, yeah, practices, and you can get better. Scrimmages, they don't count for everything. Are you ready to get going?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to get playing now. I love all my teammates, and we're all really close, so it's actually really fun. It's better than last year because
We know why it's better than last year.
Well, no, that's a good thing. I think the other thing too is atmosphere. And let's face it, COVID's been hard on everybody. But the fact that there weren't enough people in the stands, you're going to have cheering section back, your guys are going to be out, the school's going to be engaged, you're going to have more people watching. Does that make you excited? Or does that make you a little
Yeah,
nervous?
during volleyball we had a student section, and that actually helped us a lot during our games because we had like more people in the stands, so they were cheering for us. And then last year we didn't have a student section for basketball, and I feel like it was just boring because nobody came to our games. So this year I think it'll be a lot better.
Yeah. A lot of potential for growth here, but what have you liked early about this group?
We all get along, like Emma said, and we play great together.
That's important. Well, you keep it up and have a great year, and we will catch up down the road at some point, I'm sure. Let's see if we can get that going there. There we go. And next up, Ashlyn Kalnek is here, also a sophomore. How are you, Ashlyn?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. And what position on the team this year?
Anywhere they need me.
You could be a 1 through a 5, huh? So if you got to go in there and get a board, you can do that. If you got to bring the ball up, you can do that. Do you have a preference where you like to be?
I just like to play the game.
Good. Well, that's a really good attitude. Where has your game improved from where you were as a freshman to where you are now as a
I
sophomore?
did not play as a freshman.
Oh, you didn't?
I was out with a knee injury.
Oh, I'm so sorry. How do you feel? Health-wise, you feel pretty good?
Yeah.
You've had to go out there and kind of test it a little bit. Is that kind of drawing you back a little bit because you're worried about hurting it again? Or did you say, you know what, they fixed it, I feel good?
Brace. I mean, I feel fine, and I feel like even if I do get hurt, my team's got my back the whole way.
Great attitude. Good to hear it. And congratulations on getting back. It's going to be fun. I'm sure you sound like you're ready to go, and you're going to get your opportunity coming up Friday night. So best of luck to you. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Next up, we have Maddie Engler, who is a junior. And you're the first person I saw in the newspaper picture. You were taking a shot there when I looked at the Telegraph form today. So,
I can't promise you that shot went in.
yeah, hard to say. I don't even remember who it was against. But that being said, is a lot of scoring going to be falling on your shoulders to do it?
I wouldn't say a lot of scoring. I would say that my game this year is going to be some on the offensive end. They're definitely going to need me on the offensive end, but my strength is more defense.
So do you like to play that aggressive and kind of in your face, bump a little bit, things along
I would say it's more than a little bit of a bump. I got in a little bit of foul trouble with about 9 my last scrimmage. So that's
Well, Coach's going to need you to stay on the floor because just not that many bodies, but being aggressive on the defensive end when you play varsity basketball, regardless if it's guys or gals, you got to show that aggressiveness, and I'm glad that you're doing that. When you look at the Mid-Buckeye Conference, who do you see as kind of the top teams in that conference?
the Dirty Birds for sure.
That would be Loudonville, I assume.
That
right?
would be Loudonville.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't think they can get the station, although it's not on the air, but they can watch YouTube. But I won't promote that. So that's great to have that respect. Well, good luck this year. Good luck on Friday night, and we'll be talking throughout the rest of the year. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
And finally is sophomore Leilah Mccoy, and thanks for coming out tonight. I appreciate it. Now, did you play last year?
No, I did not play last year.
This is your first year.
Yeah.
Did you play in junior high?
Yes.
Okay. So what kind of coerced you back into missing last year and coming back out this year? What made you want to come out?
I just really regretted not playing last year. Like, I just missed it,
Yeah.
and I knew I could improve, so I just gave it a shot.
Well, you know what? I got to tell you, I give you a lot of credit because to miss 1 year, the easy thing would be, well, I can't help, I can't contribute, I blew my opportunity, I have to kind of tuck my tail and go back, and I don't want to do that in front of friends and peers. But you had the courage to be able to come back out and say, I want to be a part of something special. So I give you a ton of credit for that. What position are you going to be playing this year?
I play in the post.
Post, okay. So have you started to sharpen the elbows a little bit and get those into somebody's body? Or what's coach told you to do as a post player that you got to do time and time and time again?
Be more aggressive.
Yeah. Is the word box out ever come into in practice or in scrimmages? Have you ever heard
Very.
Coach say that?
Yes.
Just a few times, okay. Well, thanks for coming out tonight. Good luck. Enjoy your experience. And again, congratulations for your courage to come back out. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You bet. We'll take another break here before we come back to Coach Hood. Show is brought to you in part by the Burkhart family at the Burkhart Farm Center, your Case IH dealer straight west of Gallion under the net, New Winchester Road. Mike Kleinite at Ag Credit Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead, and Marion. Sweet Baby Ray Jones, Davey's little brother at Ohio Door and Sash, 120 South Street in Gallion. I'll take that from you and take that right back over to Coach there. Don't get hung up. Coach, the girls sound like they're ready and rip-roaring, ready to go, so you got them in a right mindset. You're familiar with the Mid-Buckeye Conference. You talk about the quote-unquote dirty birds of Loudonville. We know that they're going to be talented. Coach Tyler Bates runs a nice program down there for sure. Who else do you see as really strong teams in the Mid-Buckeye?
I think Mansfield Christian is pretty strong. Central Christian always brings something too. Definitely, I will say this, and this man is my mentor. If Roy Shoulders has any talent, look out.
At Mansfield St. Pete.
If he has a drop of talent, look out. I've been with him. He was one of my high school coaches. My first and my last year of playing at senior high. And I learned so much from him. And I thank him so much because without him, I wouldn't be with these girls. I realized that I was a better girls coach than I was a boys coach. Because I did coach St. Pete's JV boys last year. And like I said, I realized right then and there I would have rather been with the girls, like at that point.
Will that be hard when you play them to kind of separate that friendship and just be two opposing coaches, or do you think you guys can both get past that when you play St. Pete?
No, it's not going to be hard. I mean, because you got to understand, I'm married to the game, okay? And whatever the game requires, that's what I'm going to do. So we can be best friends all day, all night, and I'm just going to go compete hard. I mean, that's just who I am.
Sure.
And that's what I'm trying to instill in the team. Just compete, leave it all out there. And these are lessons I learned as a young man coming up and playing basketball. I mean, that's all I really did other than one varsity year of high school football. I mean, basketball was just it. So.
Good. Well, you're going to get your wish here very, very soon, as the Gallion Tigers are going to come calling over to your gym on Friday night. A team Coach Shani Rush is similar in ways that she's pretty young. Just a couple seniors on her team. Perkins and Grader are the two seniors that really stir the drink, so to speak. And her daughter is out with a ACL this year, so she won't be playing. That is true. Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I read in the Telegraph form. So, so she was going to be out as far as I know, but young and kind of in a learning process as well. So it'll be a good opportunity to get started. And then because the Mid-Buckeye doesn't have as many teams as some of the other leagues, your non-league schedule: Temple Christian, Ridgedale, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead, Hillsdale, East Knox, Plymouth, Northmore. Some pretty good talent there too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of good talent. I spent a lot of this summer kind of familiarizing myself with teams they possibly would play, just getting an idea of what kind of things I'm going to be looking for and things like that. The biggest thing I think our thing's got to be is we continue the team mentality. That is the biggest thing. I have full confidence, and I love the fact they get along, you know. I love the fact that our girls really do get along. There is a care there. I'm not the easiest coach to practice with because I demand a lot.
As Kennedy rolled her eyes.
I demand a lot. And, you know, and I commend Emma for coming in and being on board because that's tough. She, you know, for 3 years she had someone else, and then here I come, you know, so I definitely know what's ahead of us, and like I said, the biggest thing about this season, because with everything that's coming behind them, I tell them every day, you are the most important team in Crestline history. Not because of wins and losses, it's because the way we're doing things.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. So whether, you know, I am more concerned about how we play and how we work than a wins and a loss. Because if you're expecting Lance Hood to come in and produce 20-game wins first year one, then you don't understand the process and what it takes to build a championship situation. I told them they are the most important team in Crestline history.
Good. Well, sounds like your mindset is in the right place because you're preparing these young ladies for life after high school and life after sports, where you're held to a pretty high standard when you go into the workforce, and there's expectations there. And maybe you're not talented in one area of the job, but you are in another area, but the expectation is to give all in all the time. So it sounds like you're setting really good standards for this group of girls. For sure.
They, like I said, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to even be a part of their lives. And, you know, I very, you know, I don't try to be all alpha, tough guy, male all the time. It's just like that when I get on the court. But, you know, I got some really great girls, man. And that is the truth. I got some really wonderful young ladies. I am blessed.
Well, great. Well, I'll look forward to watching the progress all year long as we visit occasionally throughout the season and talk about the progress. And I'll be looking forward to talking to these young ladies again and seeing how that goes. You are the game of the week on our sister station, WBCO, this weekend.
Wow.
On Friday night. Jared Moore will be over at your gym broadcasting that game, so we'll look forward to that. So thanks a lot for coming out. We'll look forward to talking to you as the season progresses.
All right.
Taking a look at the programming schedule, everybody, coming up actually on our airwaves right now on WQEL. It's Ohio State women's basketball. They're taking on the Falcons of Bowling Green. Coming up tomorrow, Ohio State men's basketball. They will be in Cincinnati at the Cintas Center taking on the Xavier Musketeers. Coverage begins at 5:45, tip at 6 o'clock. Friday night, we tip off high school basketball. We have a doubleheader for you on WQEL. It'll be Willard at Buckeye Central. And that'll be on WQEL with Josh Stallings at 7:30 approximate time. And then, as I mentioned, on WBCO, it will be Jared Moore over at Crestline High School taking on the Galleon Tigers in girls action as well. And then I will be in the studio to kick off another year of the Friday night phone board during basketball season. That'll be right around 9 o'clock. Saturday, big day. We have Ohio State football. They will be at home against Michigan State. Coverage begins at 10:30 and kickoff right around noon. At 6 o'clock, we'll have high school girls basketball. It'll be it'll be Josh Stallings doing Cardington at Ridgedale, again, right around 6 o'clock. And then Jared Moore will be doing the Saturday night phone board right around 7:30. That'll wrap up things for me on this evening. Special thanks to everyone here at our Galleon Pizza Hut, especially our managers Bree, Michelle, and Jordan. Thank you very much for Sherry being our server tonight. Appreciate all her help. Danny Lane back in the studio keeping me on the air. Camera operator Cam Moon and Harper Boggs helping out tonight as well. Thank you to Galleon boys basketball coach Ryan Stover and his team, Colonel Crawford girls basketball coach Kyle Fenner, and Crestline girls basketball coach Lance Hood and his team as well. Thank you to our sponsors, and most of all you, our fans, for tuning in tonight on the Facebook Live and YouTube stream. For WQEL Sports, this has been Mike Sparks reminding you, a spirit with a vision is a dream with a mission. Have a good night, everybody.